Hi there. I have been wanting to come back for quite some time and share this little tiny tidbit that the Father shared with me. Probably, I don't know, it's been a couple of weeks now that I saw this, and I just have never had an opportunity before now to share it with you. So what I wanted to share with you is something that occurred to me regarding the this big peace deal that President Trump and Jared Kushner are working on between the Palestinians and the Israelis. People are just up in arms about this, and you know, they're everything from, you know, this is the peace treaty that will start the 7-year tribulation to, you know, President Trump is the Antichrist, to just all of this stuff is flying around. And I just didn't buy it. But I put it before the Lord and kept an open mind and asked the Spirit to show me his perspective or his take on it. And I read Psalm 83 and Ezekiel 37, 38, 39, and Daniel and Revelation and Jude. And then, of course, books like First Enoch and Second Ezra and all of those books. I love studying that stuff. So when I'm not doing my morning time, that's what I'm studying. Anyway, it occurred to me this most recent time that I was reading the Psalm 83 war and the Ezekiel 38 and 39 Gog-Magog war. In a nutshell, what these two conflicts with Israel show is that all of the neighbors surrounding Israel, and then all of the neighbors around them, these are all Muslim nations. And in the Psalm 83 war, whether it started in 47 or 67 or 68 or whatever, or whether this, you know, it's going to conclude now, or this is the first time ever that this war happens, whatever. What remains really are the facts on the ground, the way that we see the cultures right now in Israel. Right now, all of the nations surrounding Israel have one heart. It says here in Psalm 83, verse 4, it says, they have said, and this is something Muslims are taught in their mosques. They're taught, come, let us wipe them out as a nation, and let the name of Israel be remembered no more. That's like their calling card. Every Muslim is taught that. Okay, so that's why making a peace deal has been so difficult, and why President Trump is trying to make, you know, what could be called the deal of the century, whatever. Anyway, the long story short, what happens in these prophecies is all of the nations that are surrounding Israel, Lebanon, Syria, Gaza, Golan, Egypt, Jordan, all of these nations are taken out. It says in verse 17, let them be ashamed and alarmed forever. Let them become abashed and perish. They're all going to just go. You know, we've also got prophecies in Obadiah, Jeremiah, and elsewhere that says that the Edomites are going to be wiped out completely. I believe it's Obadiah that says that they're going to have the Gazans go in as, you know, their point guard, and then they're going to retreat and not back them up, and they're going to get slaughtered. Something like that. Anyway, so we know the end of the Psalm 83 conflict is that all those nations around Israel are done away with, and Israel's borders expand up farther north, farther east, and farther south. So that's the end of the Psalm 83 prophecy. And then the Gog and Magog prophecy, there's a lot of stuff that's going to go on there. We think it might be nuclear. Who knows? We know, you know, we know that those armies are going to get wiped out by God himself. And it says here, I'll even share with you, Ezekiel 39, verse 4. This is what happens to the Gog and Magog confederacy. On the mountains of Israel you shall fall, you and all your bands and the people who are with you, to the birds of prey of every sort, and to the beasts of the field I shall give you for food. These folks are going to get wiped out. All of those nations that are Muslim nations that surround Israel and surround them, they're going to be toast. They're going to be done away with. Well, here's the thing that occurred to me. If all of these Muslim nations surrounding Israel are gone before the tribulation starts, who is the other party that signs the 7-year covenant with Israel? The Antichrist brokers it, and Israel is one of the parties. But the Muslim nations aren't even there anymore. They're gone. And the ones that might be left, like in Pakistan or Indonesia, they're not going to be a force to be reckoned with. Not at that point. So I was blessed to see that this treaty, this peace agreement that Donald Trump is working on right now, is not the covenant that ends up being ratified by the Antichrist for the 7-year tribulation. Now, of course, it can be said that there is a concern with this peace treaty because historically, any nation that has brokered a peace agreement with Israel that has had anything to do with dividing the land, they get smeared. Look at what happened to Great Britain when they cut off half of that land back in the early 1917, I think, when the Balfour Accords happened. They were going to give, all that land that became Jordan, that was supposed to be given to Israel, and Britain cut it in half and gave Israel that tiny little slice. And what is Britain now? It sure ain't Great Britain anymore. It's been completely humbled. And every time that an American has done any kind of land for peace deal, America gets smashed. We get hurricanes or earthquakes or whatever. God makes it really clear that you're not going to divide his land. So that would be a concern. But I think it's okay for us to take a deep breath and rest assured that this peace deal that President Trump is working on is not the 7-year covenant that the Antichrist makes. So, my brother, my sister, I hope you're well. I bless you in the name of Jesus Christ. And look forward to meeting you soon. Bye.